Well, the results are out. The Pakistani people have spoken, but there is no clarity over who will be the next Prime Minister. The person getting the top post has his task cut out for him. Pakistan is staring at bankruptcy. By March 31st, it will need a bailout from the IMF. But first, let us look at the election results. Independents are at the top of the pile with 101 seats. Out of them, 91 are backed by Imran Khan's PTI. Then comes Pakistan Muslim League-Nawaz with 75, followed by the PPP at 54. But it's not a clear picture. The pre-election favourite Nawaz Sharif has failed to live up to the hype and is now trying to cobble up a coalition. Behind bars, Imran Khan is smiling as the independent bloc he is backing is the leading vote catcher. But the rules of the game do not favour him. The independents have 48 hours to join another group to make their voice count. These are images of Nawaz Sharif's brother Shehbaz Sharif driving to Bilawal Bhutto Zardari's house in Lahore. Hugs and handshakes for the cameras. Behind the screens, the leaders Pakistan People's Party and Pakistan Muslim League-Nawaz held tough negotiations. And according to Geo News, the two parties are considering sharing the office of the Prime Minister in the 5-year term of the National Assembly. Sources tell WION that the PML-N offered the Prime Minister's position to the PPP with a caveat. The PML-N will take some key ministries. The ministries are not yet defined. PPP instead has offered them unconditional support and given the option to stay out of the government and support from outside. However, the chair of Prime Minister is the bone of contention. Nawaz's PML-N wants the top post, while the PPP has already nominated Bilawal Bhutto Zardari for that post.
We don't have enough of a majority to run the government ourselves, so we're inviting the other parties and candidates who succeeded in the election to work with us.
Pakistan cannot afford any kind of conflict, which is why I keep repeating that we must all sit down together, settle all these issues and bring Pakistan into the 21st century.
With Pakistan's two largest political parties wrangling over who will take the Prime Minister's job, the squabbling has cast doubts about the stability of the South Asian nation mired in economic crises and battling rising militant violence. Pakistan's benchmark share index fell 2.1% on Monday, its first day of trading after the results. It's not just the people of Pakistan, but outsiders too are waiting for the new government. The International Monetary Fund says it will only talk to the new government to disburse the final loan tranche of $1.1 billion. The caretaker government of Pakistan has already met the IMF targets. Let's talk about the latest in Pakistan. Our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik is now joining us on the line from Islamabad. Good to hear you, Anas Malik. What's the latest when it comes to talks about the coalition? We understand that the PPP and the PML-N are already in talks to share the new government positions and to share the Prime Minister's position. What do we know so far about this latest development?
Well, it's a game of smokes and mirrors, Eric. It would not be wrong to say. And the People's Party's Central Executive Committee's meeting is currently ongoing at the Zardari House here in Islamabad. I'm right outside. We're expecting a statement to be made by after the conclusion of the Central Executive Committee meeting. But it's been 2.5 hours roughly since this meeting is ongoing, and it seems to be a pretty serious in nature. The People's Party has this wide distinction of taking its party in the loop with regards to any policy decisions and have the opinion of its Central Executive Committee weighed in before going ahead with any decisions instead of taking it unilaterally. Now, what we understand is that the talks are currently ongoing with regards to the PMLN's offer of taking over the government, or whether with regard to the fact that the PPP would not be part of the government, but would rather be part of the treasury. So with regards to that, the deliberations are currently ongoing, and we are expecting the press conference or a statement to be made in another 45 minutes or so. But with that being said, the People's Party has been absolutely clear on its stand when it comes to the policy decision that Bilawal Bhutto Zardari is its prime ministerial nomination. That was the earlier statement that were made in the public sphere. But things have changed since then. People's Party has not been able to attain a majority, but it continues to be a major power stakeholder and power broker. So it remains to be seen as to what role the People's Party would be opting for in this new coalition government as and when it is formed. Eric?
Anas Malik, I know you have been in contact with the Election Commission of Pakistan, and the whole world, including Pakistan itself, is waiting for the final declaration. What is the Election Commission saying about that?
Well, the results are out of all 264 constituencies on which direct polls were held. One result has been withheld. And so broadly speaking, what is now is the hitch, is the legal hitch, because for some constituencies, recount is what the other losing candidates had demanded. Some have gone to the High Court tribunals, the election tribunals, and therefore the Election Commission now has a ticking time window of about 14 days from the day of the polls to declare results as per the Constitution. So in probably the course of time, in probably due course of time, in the next 48 to 72 hours, we'd be seeing more and more official results being announced by the Election Commission. Eric?
All right, that is our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik on the line live from Islamabad. Thank you, Anas. Continue following the latest for us, and you will give us all the latest from Pakistan in due course. As he said there, we'll have to wait for another 48 hours until the elections or the final declaration is declared by the Election Commission of Pakistan. We earlier spoke to Mona Alam, who is a journalist from Islamabad, and this is what she had to say about the latest in Pakistan.
I think whoever the new Prime Minister may be, because Bilawal Bhutto has conditioned his support to the PML-N with his premiership. But I think whoever that the new Prime Minister is, he needs to cut down on this atmosphere of confrontation here in the country, in Pakistan. It's becoming confrontational, it's becoming agitational day by day, and I think this has to go down. There has to be a certain common agenda or common points for all these politicians to sit together. And of course, I'm also of the belief that they must also include wholeheartedly the PTI in this entire process. PTI's leadership, PTI's founder, Imran Khan, he too should be a part of all these negotiations. And I think they have to have a break out of all this politics of hate and divide, which has unfortunately marred this country all these years and is only going bad, unfortunately, by every day.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.